Man, I would say a lot of it has been just like a learning experience. I think of like stories like performing like with the cool kids, like that was super cool for me because like that was like my first festival, my first time like performing like with like a known group or like any like bigger hip hop or whatever. So like doing stuff like that, it was super cool. But for my first like unofficial official tour, I did like the So Far tour where we just did a bunch of these intimate concerts. Like we did Chicago, we did Atlanta, New York City, and a few other. And it was just like a really cool experience. But like for Atlanta, that was really dope because I think we only had like a 4-song set. Like it was just me and the band. We were gonna rock out and get going. And at the end of it, I remember like everybody was kind of up, still dancing, having a good time, which is weird because like they're usually like these super stripped down, intimate concerts. So like everybody was like turned, wilding, dancing and whatnot. And then my bass player, he like we had come to an end, and he came in with that Anderson .Paak. Yeah, niggas got me hot. And the whole place went fucking insane. And we ended up partying for like another maybe 30 minutes, an hour, just going crazy, like the musicians playing, freestyling, and people were just dancing, just having a really, really good time. So like I think like something like that was fun just because you go into these other cities and these other spaces not really knowing what to expect. But like even for that tour, every single show like ended that same way. So I think like that whole tour experience was like just super dope. Just being able to get really cool feedback. And then that just makes you want to go not only to those places again, but just see what else is out there and perform in other places. So I think that those are probably like my favorite like tour stories and just being out and performing. But I think kind of like my first like introduction into like the super soulful like concerts and just like that experience. And man, I'm telling you, it's an experience. Like if you've never been to like just a straight like soul concert, you are missing out. And I had never heard of Moonchild before. And it was maybe the day before they played at L Club in Detroit. And I saw that they didn't have an opener. My homie hit me at the same time. He was like, "Hey, you should hit him up." And I hit him up, and they hit me back. And the day before the show, they asked me to get on and support with them, and ended up being a great, great show. I was able to play guitar and perform for the first time in a long time, so that was super dope. And just the energy in like a room like that where people just love good ass music, whether it's like a chord progression or like a drum solo or some guitar licks or like whatever it is, people love good music. And like that was really what encouraged me to like up my live performances, and the whole band arrangement was just kind of being in that environment. So I would say those two experiences definitely stand out to me the most. It's like you spend your hard-earned money, you use up your Sunday or your Saturday night, your one day off to go see these people so that you get a show. And sometimes people think like when you're a rapper, you can't put on a show, but that's 100% false. It's like put the time, put the effort into your live arrangements. Like don't go up there forgetting your words, rapping over your vocals. Like take the time to like really put together a thoughtful live set. Like I went and saw Snoop Dogg back in I think like February in Detroit, and like old school, like he didn't like move a whole lot or whatever, but he still put on an amazing show. And that's just because he knows how to engage. He knows how to have a good time with people. And that's what we're supposed to do when we perform, is figure out how to put on the show. So it's definitely huge, bro.